Let's have a quick run through or summary of the lessons 1 and 2 in economics. Lesson 1 is the economy of ancient Greece. Here you see again a map of ancient Greece in the Balkan Peninsula. The ancient history of Greece actually occurred in the island of Crete with the with the Minoan civilization, and then followed by the Mycenaean civilization. But majority of the historical events in ancient Greece happened here in the Balkan Peninsula. You see it here, surrounded by three seas: Ionian Sea, Mediterranean Sea, and Aegean Sea. Even though we're looking back at the history of ancient Greece, our focus will still be the economy of ancient Greece. So, ancient Greece, their economy is characterized by trading. Actually, all economic systems are characterized by trading. If there are no trading, that means the economy is stale, it's not moving. So there has to be trading. What is trading? Trading is a form of exchange of goods. I have something, I offer it to you in exchange for something, and then you have something, I get it in exchange for something. Ancient Greece, as you've seen in the map, it's a center of trading because it's surrounded by seas. It's a strategic place to trade. Ancient Greece first used barter trade. Barter trade does not involve money. That means they just exchange goods. When Lydian civilization across, this is in the eastern part of Greece, across near the Persian Empire, if you go back to the map. When Lydian civilization invented coins, Greek trading adopted them quickly. They realized that using coins as a standard measure of value is so much better than barter trade. What's happening is that when you exchange goods through barter trade, you don't have a very specific and standardized way of assigning value. For example, if you want to sell coffee and you think it's worth 100 pesos, that's standardized. So if you sell it for 100 pesos, I'll just have to give you 100 pesos. But if you're planning to sell coffee and you will not use money, I will say that, okay, maybe my sandwich is of equal value to your coffee. If we will do barter trade, you give me coffee, I give you sandwich. That's barter trade. We don't use money, but I am assuming that my sandwich is equivalent in value to your coffee. But what if the sandwich is not of equal value? What if you think you're being disadvantaged in getting sandwich only for your coffee? So this problem is solved by coins because coins make the value standardized. Trading turned the city-states, or in Greek civilization, we call it polis. Polis is a city-state. So trading turned the city-states into civilizations because it's the only way they can get more out of agricultural surplus. Surplus again is extra. So because of the surplus, the extra, that means the leftovers, the part of their harvest that they do not consume because they're already full, they've already eaten, and then they still have extra harvest. Or for example, if they go out fishing, they harvested so much fish, they were only able to eat half of it, they have extra, they have surplus. Now, they exchange it for something else. And because of that, because of the nature of trading, it enriches city-states into civilizations. You can see here a timeline of the history of Greece. The Greeks are good artists and artisans. So they create vases, sculptures, paintings. Their architecture is very good. This architecture that you see here is called Parthenon. So they have very grand style of architecture. In terms of arts, they adapt more of the idealistic style or idealism. So that means when they create sculptures of people, they try to make a sculpture of a perfect face, perfect body, without any default, uh, without any sign of imperfection. Sometimes the natural human being, natural face of a person will have some slight imperfection. It's not very symmetrical, it's not perfectly smooth. But the Greeks, they want to make it perfect. They want to make it ideal. So this timeline of the Greek history, we divide it into two. The Hellenic period and the Hellenistic period. Hellenic period occurred around 700 BC to about 500 BC. BC stands for before Christ. So what happened during that time? So around 700 BC, the polis were created, the city-states. And then from that time, they increased their trading, and then they created lots of things. They enriched their culture until about 500 BC, when Athens created a democracy. Athens is a city-state that is the competitor of Sparta. There are two famous city-states during that time in Greece, Sparta and Athens. Sparta is a warring city-state. They're more into fighting. If you've seen the movie 300, you will see they're a bit exaggerated, but close to the spirit of how Sparta is like. They're more into wars. They're more aggressive. The Athenians, people living in Athens, they're more calm, they're more resolved. They also engage in wars, but they're more tactical. They think about it. They're more philosophical. So much of the philosophy of ancient Greece comes from Athens. In Athens, they created the democracy. What is democracy? Democracy came from the Greek words demos and kratos. Demos means people, and kratos means authority or rule. So that means it's not monarchy, unlike in Sparta. Sparta, it's a monarchy. That means the power, monos, archos. That means the power is in one person. There's a king, a monarch. Here in Athens, they have democracy. That means they vote who their leader will be. So democracy that was created in ancient Greece is still adopted today as the best form of government. We want to give the power to the people, not just to one person. Now, that's Hellenic period. So during that time, they were just enriching their culture through trading, exchanging. They adopted coins. And then Hellenistic period is the period when Alexander the Great conquered Greece. When he conquered Greece, he was mesmerized by the culture of Greece. So what he did is he mixed their own culture with the Greek culture, and then when he conquered other places, he spread the Greek culture. The Greek culture is called Hellenic culture. So that's why it's called Hellenistic period, because the Hellenic culture is mixed with other culture, and then it is the kind of culture that Alexander promoted or spread in other places. So hence the word Hellenistic. Again, remember, Hellenic and Hellenistic. Additional notes on Hellenic and Hellenistic. Again, Hellenes refers to the people of Greece. So Hellenes means Greeks or the Greek people. So this is the time of enriching their culture. They're known for philosophy, philanthropy, theater, architecture, and military. Hellenistic period is the time when their culture was spread across Europe, and then eventually Greece will be conquered by the Romans. So the Romans also adopted the Greek culture, which spread all the more the Hellenistic period. We always study history for this first quarter in two aspects. First, we try to look at the historical aspect. On the other side, we look at the economic aspect because our subject is economics. So from the historical aspect, we want to focus on the emergence of the polis and the establishment of democracy during the Hellenic period. In contrast, in the economic aspect of that is that we take note that the Greeks are the very first economists because they encourage individual success. This is very close to what we know now as capitalism. Capitalism encourages people to be entrepreneurs, to establish their own business because we want individual success. Now, we remember in the video that you watched before, the individual success that's promoted in ancient Greece is not the same as the individual success promoted nowadays. Individual success for them is when they achieve success, they give back to the people. That's why there's philanthropy. They become charitable. They give to the poor. And then their philosophy and ideals enrich their culture and arts. We have to look at that. And then economic aspect of that is increased trading. overseas, and they used coins to end barter because coins is better than barter. Last historical aspect is Alexander the Great spread the Greek culture in Hellenistic period. In contrast, the Romans, when they conquered them, they adopted the use of coins. Speaking of Romans, let's go to the lesson 2, which is a study of the economy of ancient Rome. This coin, as we mentioned before, is the coin that's probably used by Jesus when he said, "Give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is to God's." So this coin featured here Tiberius Caesar, the emperor during the time when Jesus was born. Since we studied the map of Greece, here's the map of Italy. The map of Rome. This is a present time map. Rome is in the Italian peninsula. You can see the Italian peninsula here. Italy is very famous for being shaped like a boot. It's like a shoes with a very long shoe, so it looks like a boot. You still have the Ionian Sea here. You have the Mediterranean Sea down south, and then you have the Tyrrhenian Sea. So Italian peninsula is also a peninsula like the Balkan Peninsula where Greece was found. So the kind of trading that the Greeks have, the Romans were able to benefit from that kind of trading as well. So just like ancient Greece, ancient Rome relied on barter trade for the exchange of economic goods until around 500 to 400 BC, because that's the time when they adopted the use of coins as well. Because they're very near Greece, when Greece adopted coins, not very long after that, the Romans used coins as well. So the Greeks' shift in the use of coin in trading were naturally adopted by the Romans because they were beginning to rise in power, and they're doing it mostly through conquest. So Romans are known for conquering other lands. In fact, the famous, I showed this already before, the famous quote by Julius Caesar is the Veni Vidi Vici, which means I came, I saw, I conquered. They were that good, the Romans, in conquering other places. What they see, they conquer. Something like that. Why do they keep on conquering? Because the Romans have this thinking that they need to have more lands. Okay, this is the picture of the Roman roads. This is how they create roads before. So even before, creating roads are difficult. But you see, the Romans were able to build 80,000 kilometers of roads. And all of those roads, they lead to Rome. Why do they build roads? First, they build roads to easily conquer other places. Because if they are going to travel by horses, it will be difficult to travel other means of weapons, other personnel, because others will just outrun, others will just walk while others are on horses. But if you have roads, you can carry your soldiers across different places. So it's easier. And now, once they've conquered the places, I've mentioned this already before, once you've already conquered the place, now the roads will serve as a means of trading. So because of the roads, Rome benefited a lot from imports and exports as well. So first, it became very useful for invasion. Second, it became very useful for imports and exports. Let's examine again the historical and economic aspect. Historical aspect is the establishment of Roman Republic, which empowered the people. The Roman Republic is very similar to the democracy that was established in Greece. It's pretty much the same. It was established around the same time. So Rome is very famous for having a Senate. Senate is a group of people that has the power to elect consuls or leaders, top leaders. But actually the senators, they are the ones who represent the people. The poor people were represented by the senators, and then they're the ones who make the decisions for everyone. So the economic aspect of that is that success, unlike Greece, it's more individual. In Rome, it's very communal. Success is a communal endeavor, and you can see it in wars. They believe for them to succeed, they have to gather together, like the Senate, and then make decision together, and then conquer other lands together. And then when they conquer the lands, they say it will benefit the rest. Although it did not really happen because the poor people remained poor, but that's how they view success during that time. Historical aspect, they adopted Greek culture and focused on invading many lands. What's the economic aspect of that? They invade the land because they are an agricultural community. So the more land they have, the more farming that they can do. So they're increasing their farming resources. They're increasing the land where they can plant, and then they're increasing their harvest as well. The more harvest you have, the more surplus you have. The more surplus you have, the more resources you have for trading. And the more engaged you are in trading, the wealthier you become. That's why Rome became a very big empire. You can see it from the amount of Roman roads that they were able to build. It's not easy, it's costly, but they were able to do that because they had lots of money. Third historical aspect, Julius Caesar's death triggered the change from Roman Republic into Roman Empire. What is the economic aspect of that? When they became an empire, they benefited from more trading, and then the Roman roads were used more, not just for invasion, but for more trading as well. Not just for trading, but also for transporting transporting prisoners and slaves. Rome engaged in slave trade. So they are not just trading goods, they're also trading people. When they conquer other lands, they get some natural resources, but they get humans as well. They enslave them. Some of them, they actually ask to fight as gladiators in their arena for us as a means of entertainment. So the roads were used for trading goods and for trading slaves, humans as well. And then they also collect taxes from these lands that they're conquered. They're called provinces. Jesus was born in Judea, and Judea became a province of Rome. So Rome gets a lot of tax from the Jews. That's why they asked Jesus, "Shall we pay taxes to Caesar?" And that's why Jesus replied, "Give to Caesar unto Caesar what is unto Caesar, and give to God what is unto God." Our next lesson, lesson 3, is medieval period. And we will talk more about this if you don't have any question about the Greeks and the Romans.